3 suspects arrested after a traffic stop unveils thousands of fentanyl pills. St. George and Cedar City hospitals received national recognition, and Region 9 regular season is coming to an end.
You're watching St. George News at 5.
Good afternoon, I'm Christy Langenheim. In a recent traffic stop on I-15 near the Utah-Arizona border, 3 people were arrested after law enforcement found a substantial amount of drugs in the car. Police recovered thousands of fentanyl pills, synthetic fentanyl powder, and methamphetamine, and when broken down into the street-level sales, the DEA estimated the value of the drugs to be over $129,000. The 3 suspects arrested were 48-year-old Marcus Hansen, 45-year-old Brianna Johannesson, and 27-year-old Nathan White, all residents of Montana. While searching White, officers found a credit card that did not belong to anyone in the vehicle. The suspects were then booked into jail on account of possession with the intent to distribute a controlled substance, along with the possession of a controlled substance and paraphernalia charges. White faces an additional charge of unlawful possession, acquisition, and transfer of a financial card. All 3 suspects are being held without bail. A semi-truck driver was looping around the West Bloomington roundabout when his trailer detached and caused traffic congestion in the area for over an hour. Here's Chris Reed with the details of the story.
Traffic was backed up in the Bloomington roundabout Wednesday morning after a semi-tractor decoupled from its trailer while rounding a turn. The truck that had just left the Family Dollar distribution center lost its trailer around 10:20 a.m. Other than a small portion of the traffic circle, the roundabout remained open, as well as the on-ramp and off-ramp to the South 15, but traffic was slow in the area. After it was determined not to have the trailer towed, it was recombined with a semi. The vehicle was then taken to another site to determine if the incident was a result of defective machinery or driver error.
St. George and Cedar City hospitals are getting national recognition for being some of the top maternity care access hospitals in the nation. Chris Reed has more on this award.
As far as babies and maternity care are concerned, Southern Utah is tops in the state and among the best in the nation. U.S. News & World Report, known for their annual top hospital lists, has released its first ever top maternity care hospitals. St. George Regional Hospital and Cedar City Hospital were the only hospitals in Utah to make the list of 73 hospitals nationwide. U.S. News credited 2 hospitals for keeping Southern Utah from being a maternity care desert, something common among rural communities.
Thanks, Chris. Washington County residents can expect lots of new and ongoing road-related projects to improve transportation in the area. Here's Maury Kessler on this year's Dixie Regional Transportation Expo.
Multiple transportation-related projects from the city of St. George were featured at the Dixie Regional Transportation Expo this year. Among the projects highlighted was the continuing work on 3000 East, the creation of a new trail along a part of the Southern Parkway, and the addition of 3 new traffic signals to various parts of the city. Work on the terminal ramp and apron of the St. George Regional Airport also continues, with an additional project taking place inside the terminal that will see the internal expansion of its secure area and the inclusion of a lounge area that will serve alcohol. SunTran, the city's transit system, is also preparing to launch a long-awaited St. George to Springdale bus route this summer.
Thanks, Maury. And now I'm going to send it over to Sheldon and Amy to give us a look at what's going on this weekend in St. George.
Hey, that's right. There's so many great events, but there's only one big one this weekend.
That's right. It's the Parade of Homes. Every year, this thing is crazier and crazier. 25 exceptional homes throughout Southern Utah. You don't want to miss a single one.
And they're doing something fun this year, virtual tours all year long.
Every ticket gets a virtual tour. You're not going to want to miss it. See the full list of weekend events on our TGIF listing on stgeorgenews.com. Now, back to you in the studio.
Thanks, guys. A local wildlife biologist is making her way across Iron County and keeping her eye out for southern Utah raptors. Here's Alicia Lundgren on what the primary goal is for this biologist.
Danielle Finlayson, a wildlife biologist with the Utah Division of Wildlife Resources, trekked across Iron County on a rainy February morning in search of raptors, finding 12 in total and a few surprises. So, why does she conduct these annual raptor surveys?
We've been doing these surveys for 30 years, and basically the purpose is to just check on our local raptor populations, and it's good to do them yearly so that we can kind of compare year to year how different species are doing. We usually start in November and we go through February, and I'll do a survey twice a month.
And now I'm going to send it over to Cannon Seacrest to give us a look of what's coming up the rest of the week in local sports.
Thanks, Christy. Region 9 basketball is finishing up, and this week we've got some important games coming up as teams are making their final push for a better seed in the playoffs. Tonight in Region 9 girls basketball, Desert Hills is headed over to Snow Canyon. If the Warriors can secure this win, they will finish the region with a perfect 12-0 record, and if the Thunder were able to pull off the upset, it could boost them to a much higher seed for the playoffs. Another game tonight is Dixie up at Cedar. So far this year, the Reds are 8-3 in region and in second place just behind Snow Canyon. And the Flyers are in third with a 6-5 record. Both teams would love to snag this win heading into the postseason play. And the last high school girls game tonight is Pineview at Hurricane. The Tigers are 5-6 in region so far and are looking for a big win to get them to 500. The Panthers, on the other hand, have been struggling with a 2-9 region record, but look to pull off a nice upset win over the Tigers. And some local college basketball is on tonight as the Utah Tech men's team is headed out to Grand Canyon to play the Antelopes. The Trailblazers are on a 2-game winning streak coming off a nice win over Cal Baptist 85-78. The Lady Blazers, on the other hand, will be playing at home against Grand Canyon. This should be a good one to watch as the Antelopes record is 20-4 this year and the Trailblazers aren't far behind with a 14-10 record as well. So two very good women's basketball teams playing tonight, so don't miss out. And moving on to Region 9 boys basketball, on Friday we have Cedar at Dixie. The Flyers only have 3 total losses on the year and are looking to go undefeated in the region with a win in the game. The Reds, on the other hand, will be trying to get out from under that 4-game losing streak by pulling out a big one from Dixie. Another game going on Friday night is Snow Canyon at Desert Hills. The Warriors are in second place in the region and the Thunder are in fourth. The last time these two teams met, the Warriors came out on top 64-52, so we'll see if the Thunder can get some revenge tomorrow night. And the last game of the week is Hurricane at Pineview. The Panthers are trying to get to 500, and in the last game of the regular season, the Tigers are still looking for their first region win as they are 0-11 on the year. So make sure to go out and catch a game this week before high school playoffs start, and if you can't make it in person, you can tune in on the Fan Sports Network and watch them live. Now back to you, Christy.
Thank you for watching St. George News at 5. I'm Christy Langenheim with St. George News, your #1 source for local news.
This has been St. George News at 5.